All right, water is a solvent. What does solvent mean?
Dissolve.
Soluble.
So, a solvent, it dissolves solutes.
So water dissolves solutes.
Water dissolves other things that are the solutes of water. Solutes,
So could you say that it's like the base, basically?
basically, it's the dissolving agent, because it's not always just water, because you can actually have alcohol as a solvent, gasoline as a solvent.
Oh.
It's just whatever dissolves into that solvent is the solute of it. So solutes dissolve into solvents. It seems simple, let it be simple.
Like Kool-Aid.
Is that making pancakes?
Like Kool-Aid dissolves into water. So
Yeah,
Kool-Aid
making
is a
Kool-Aid.
solute of water.
So the solute, can the solute be something liquid?
It can be something liquid, absolutely. It can be something solid, anything. So like I said, leave it as simple as this. A solvent dissolves solutes. Solutes dissolve into solvents.
Hands.
Yes.
It's simple.
It's Kool-Aid.
Huh? Yes, if you take sugar and you pour it into water and you mix it up, water is the solvent, sugar is the solute.
Like vaccine.
Yes, you can do it with vaccines also. If you have like a powdered vaccine and you add normal saline to it, the normal saline is the solvent and that's the solute.
Like sodium medrol?
So, a solution is the mixture.
After everything, right?
So that plus that equals that?
Yes. So after the solute dissolves into the solvent, it becomes a solution.
So the coffee would be the solution.
Yes, absolutely.
Isn't after just like medical terms, is it P with the line over
Of
it?
sugar and water.
I don't remember, but that's more like post, yeah. So let it be that simple. It really is that simple.
Can you let it be that simple?
My chemistry teacher would explain it like it's a complicated one. I've never done it.
Okay, so a solution is when a solvent dissolves a solute and now it's a solution. That is different from a mixture. Yes, in a mixture, it doesn't dissolve, it is just together in the same container.
Like liquor and soda, right?
Or like
oil
oil
and
and water.
Yeah.
Oil and water.
Yep, oil and water.
Well, liquor and soda,
That too, absolutely, yeah.
They
it's-
separate.
They don't actually like dissolve it, it doesn't like become something else, it doesn't break down, it's just mixed together.
Or like a Jaeger bomb?
Wait, but is it technically mixed water and oil? It doesn't mix, right? So
But if
still
it's in a thing together and you shake it really, really hard, then it's mixed, right?
Okay.
It's a
Even though
mixture.
it spreads.
Yeah, it does eventually, but like, yeah, but it's a mixture. So whereas in a solution, like the solvent actually breaks it down into constituent parts, this
The mixture
is
is
just
not
a mixture.
absorbed. It's
Like a
just,
marmalade.
it's two different entities mixed in one.
Yeah.
Like the marmalade?
Okay, so a chemical reaction.
ammonia and bleach.
So when two molecules come together, at least two,
Created explosion.
And it makes it cause another reaction or something. It makes another.
so it's when two or more molecules change their chemical bonds when mixed together.
So they can't be friends?
Like dehydration. In pieces, no?
Oh, dehydration synthesis? Yeah, when you pull water out of something and it changes into something else, yeah.
Change.
Yeah, so it actually changes the chemicals when you have a chemical reaction.
carbon dioxide a chemical reaction?
No.
Oh, it's just a compound?
Yeah, so I'll show you one right here.
Like the Diet Coke.
No.
What about bleach and
Bleach and ammonia turns into, I think, chlorine gas or some shit. It kills you. This is what it does, it kills you.
Okay, so here's one for you right here.
That's what they say.
Alright, so in a simple chemical reaction, who here ever took like 5th grade science class and you like wanted to make
A volcano.
a volcano? Yeah, exactly.
Baking soda and vinegar.
Baking soda and vinegar, yes. So baking soda and vinegar is a chemical reaction. So what you have is CH3OOH plus NaHCO3 Okay? Yes. Okay, so when you add those together, so you have baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, and you have vinegar, which is acetic acid. So you're saying which one is which?
On the right is baking soda.
Sodium bicarbonate
Yeah,
is
sodium
the,
bicarbonate.
is the actual term.
The other one is vinegar. Vinegar is
The other one is vinegar, the first one.
Okay, and so when you add these together, you have a chemical reaction, it bubbles, it fizzes, it pours everything out everywhere, and it becomes CH3CO ONA plus CO2 plus H2O. See, so all of these numbers up here just get rearranged into this, and it becomes a different chemical formula.
And that's a chemical reaction.
That's a chemical reaction, yes.
Are we ever gonna do that later on?
What?
Like adding things?
I'm not gonna make you guys add chemical reactions.
Okay, yeah, what's wrong with that? His dad passed that.
Scientists.
No, this is just, you need to know what these things are. And so I was trying to get you to understand that there's actually a change of what the chemicals are when it like goes through them. Let's see. So we talked about electrolytes and ionic bonds. You know what an element is, you know what a molecule is, you know what a compound is. Acid and alkaline, you know that, right? Sure, yeah?
solvent, solution, chemical reaction?
Okay, so then you also have these things called enzymes. So enzymes break down chemical bonds. Yes? Huh?
Does it break it down to the simplest form, or does it break it down to it disappears?
It breaks it down to whatever it needs it to be. Okay, so with the enzymes, you have a lot of different enzymes in your body.
Always. I just know ASC.
Yes, so anytime that you see ASC at the end of a word, remember that's
27.
enzyme.
Analyze.
That was one of the test questions, right?
Yes.
SOS, yes. So they break down the chemical bonds. So like, well, okay, so you have lipase, so it breaks down fats.
What's amylase?
You have amylase.
Protein? No.
Nope, that breaks down sugars.
Sugars.
So amylase, when I was talking about the different types of carbohydrates, you have the simple sugars and you have the double sugars.
And the mix.
So amylase and other enzymes like it break those down into the single sugars. Okay, so that's how you get that, yeah. Or if you have like the very complex sugars, those starches and everything we're talking about, like you have glycogen and that gets broken down by things similar to amylase. And then you have other starches like in food, like we were talking about the bolillo, right? Yeah, so you have certain sugars in there called amylopectins. And amylopectins are broken down by amylase into smaller sugars. So then you also have protease. And break down proteins, yes. Yes, sorry, your mind's just swimming right now.
So why do some doctors order amylase and lipase? I'm just curious, like
Because
lab work.
amylase and lipase are going to be levels in your blood of those chemicals from your pancreas.
So it would mean something's wrong with the pancreas?
Yes, if your pancreas is pumping out way too many, it might be a sign that you have pancreatic cancer.
Protein.
Yes. Yeah, protease.
Oh, protein.
Does it have anything to do with the gallbladder or just the pancreas?
No, the gallbladder it pumps out bile, which actually breaks down fats so that it can be destroyed by the what's it called? By the lipase.
Oh.
Insulin is like endocrine.
We'll get to insulin. No worries. That's a huge complex thing.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. I have a breakdown for it, but this isn't it.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So that is pretty much the most important things you need to know.
Okay.
Hint.
Okay, so carbohydrates, they're the energy of the body. Yes.
Yes.
Proteins, building blocks of the body.
Yes.
Right. Lipids are going to be your energy storage.
Wait.
We didn't do that.
Why are you saying something different?
Energy storage.
Yeah. Okay, so proteins are going to be like building blocks of all the things in your body. Your lipids are going to be storage or also building blocks of like the cell membranes and things like that. It's going to be storage and lubrication, basically. And then you have what are called your nucleic acids. And your nucleic acids are the information storage of how your body is your body.
Oh, like the
So DNA, RNA. Those are your nucleic acids.
Nucleic.
What did you say?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, of course.
And lubrication.
So the energy of the body.
Did you say that had to do with the liver, Ian?
What's that?
That? The lipid
Your
thing?
liver has so much stuff. Don't even worry about liver. We'll just get to that. So proteins are the building blocks. So carbs are energy. And what was the last one I said? Nucleic acids.
Nucleic acid.
DNA, RNA.
Their information storage.
Yes, all cell function and replication.
Can you explain a little bit about the building blocks, like just like an example of just?
Well, proteins are big, long structures that when broken down, they're just the amino acids, and your amino acids like form themselves into different different structures, which are the proteins, to build different parts of your body. So like the protein, you have protein in your skin, you have protein in all of your cell membranes, you have
Kinda like
protein.
you're building.
Yeah, it's like
when
the-
you work
like
out
the
and
bricks.
all that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it's like the bricks of your body.
Bricks,
Yeah,
okay.
because there's protein in like everything.
Okay.